Greetings and welcome to a content update video here at Words About Games. And this video is one of two videos. This one is focusing on just the content that comes out on the channel, so the actual specific videos that you will be seeing going forward on Words About Games over here at YouTube. There is a second video which deals with some more personal stuff for me, some changes that have been going on in my life. Both of these videos probably going out at the same time, so I would urge you and ask you to check both of those videos out just so you have a full picture of what's going on here at Words About Games. But this is all about the content, the videos. So I've done a couple of videos like this year, and we've kind of been trying to figure out how to make this channel work in a way where you get videos regularly. And in some areas, that's worked really well. The Gamescast comes out every week, no matter what. In other areas, it's been a bit iffy. We've changed the way that we cover games a few times. We've tried to launch different series and failed quite spectacularly in a couple of instances. But now we've got everything locked down. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what that looks like, what the videos you're going to be getting are, and everything like that. I'm rambling now, so I'm just going to jump right into it. Apparently. So first up, let's talk about games coverage. We started off when we did this YouTube channel, we did reviews. We did a lot of reviews. We did a lot of video reviews, and that was back in the day when there weren't quite so many games that we wanted to cover, and it was just about possible that we could keep up with all of the games that we wanted to do coverage for. Now the games industry is exploding all over the place. There's games everywhere. You can't move without tripping over like a bunch of different games. So we're changing the way we're doing things here at Words About Games, and the main way we're doing that is we're not doing game reviews anymore. Sort of. What we've decided to switch over to now are game impressions. And there are a bunch of different reasons that we're doing this beyond just not having enough time to play all of the games that we want to get covered to completion so that we can do in-depth reviews. Impressions allows us to play a bunch of different games for X amount of hours. It depends on the game. This depends on and how many different mechanics and how far we feel we have to go into a game before we can say that we're comfortable doing an impressions piece. So sometimes we may play a game only for a couple of hours and think, right, we can definitely do an impressions piece. My thoughts and my opinions are solid. And sometimes it might be, say, with a JRPG, it might be we may need to sink sort of 10 or even 15 hours into this before we can do an impressions piece. The idea is to go through a game to the point where we can talk confidently about that game, but still have it be our sort of first raw impressions of that game. And what this means for the channel is we can cover more games, and we're not going to be able to cover every game. We're not even going to try and say we're going to cover every big game that comes out, or every medium game, or every weird quirky indie game. We're going to cover the games that we want to cover, and recently we've been struggling to figure out how to actually do that because there are just so many games that seem like they're worthy of our attention in one way or another. Now it means we'll be able to do that with this change, and when we're doing these impressions pieces as opposed to reviews, we're still going to be able to maintain the thoroughness that we feel comfortable with. We don't just want to half-ass any of these videos, and I don't think we have so far. We've put up a fair few of them by 3 different contributors, and yeah, I'm really happy with the way this is going. It'll probably take some time to get into a rhythm of it. It usually takes some time to get into the rhythm of everything, but it's a really positive change that I think is going to do wonders for the channel. We're going to aim to get between 1 and 4 of these videos out per week, and that's going to depend on release schedule, like are there games to actually cover, as well as our workloads and, game length in specific. If 5 games come out and they're all massively long JRPGs that require a lot of time put into them before we can do an impressions video, you might not get 4 videos. So beyond impressions, which are going to come out when there's games coming out and when the videos are actually done, we're going to have 3 scheduled weekly videos every week. The first of these is the Words About Games cast. That's not changing. That's the podcast that we've done every week for more than a year at this point, like almost 2 years, I think we've actually been doing this weekly. That's not changing. We're really happy with the format. We're really happy with the way it works. We're just going to sit down and we're just going to talk about the news and the general goings on in the industry every week. Just, if you've been enjoying it, keep enjoying it. If you haven't watched it, give it a watch. We don't take ourselves too seriously, but we do try and cover serious news and funny news and crazy news and weird news and just all the relevant news. It's great. So that comes out every Monday. Now, every Wednesday, we're bringing back Indie Game of the Week. I've been saying it for months. I'm going to bring it back. It's happening, guys. And it's going to start next Wednesday with this cool indie game I saw on Kickstarter that I'm going to be focusing on. I've already backed it on Kickstarter, just as a full disclosure, because I really love the look of it. I'm going to alter the format slightly. Before, it was just me sitting in front of this microphone and this camera and just trying to find all of the different things to talk about the game. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to watch trailers live inside the video. I'm going to react immediately to them, and then I'm going to look over the store page and just talk about the things that I see on the store page or on the Kickstarter page or wherever I end up finding these indie games. And hopefully that'll make things a bit less awkward, because I'm not very good at sitting down in front of this microphone and this camera and by myself and just talking about something. Like, I'm really awkward when it comes to that kind of thing. Like, that's why impressions videos are really easy for me to do, because I can sit down and script things. That's why discussions are really easy for me to do, because I've got that back and forth going with other people. So I want to try and change the format a little bit, but it's coming back next Wednesday, and we're going to do one of those videos every week. I don't expect them to be too much longer than what they have been in the past, in sort of the 5 to 10 minute mark. So look forward to that. And on Fridays, we're going to do patch notes, and I swear to God, I'm actually going to get this done as a weekly recurring series of videos. So we've tried to start this twice now, once just after E3 and once at the very beginning of the year. And for anyone that doesn't really know, because there haven't really been too many patch notes videos since I announced that the series would be a thing, patch notes is basically just an umbrella term for opinion videos, editorial videos, op-eds, discussions between the group, which can range from very serious things to very stupid things. If you remember the old format of the Words About Games cast, where we used to do topic by topic, it's going to be sort of everything that was in those videos that wasn't us reacting to the news, which is obviously still going to be a part of the games cast itself. But we still want to have the room to do those discussions and ask questions and give our opinions on things and have those talks, and sometimes just let loose and be really silly, and sometimes be really serious, and sometimes maybe it's a mixture of both. In fact, probably I'd say most of the time it would be a mixture of both, because that's kind of how we do things here at Words About Games. You'll see what I mean starting from next Friday. We're going to start it off next Friday. We're going to keep it going. This is going to be a joint venture between myself and Keith, who's you might have seen on the podcast, or you might have seen his name pop up on some of the reviews and the Shadow of the Tomb Raider impressions video that we just released. He's a good ideas man, so he's going to be helping me come up with the ideas for the videos, and then I'm going to arrange them, and then we're gonna just do them, and it's going to be great. It's going to be a fun time. Check those out. And lastly, there's the streaming. I'm not sure how many people who consume our content here at YouTube know, but we actually stream over at twitch.tv/wordsaboutgames, and we're having a mini reboot over there as well. After I took a couple of weeks off to sort of figure out what I wanted to do with the Twitch channel, we have a schedule now. We'll be streaming every Monday, every Thursday, and every Saturday, usually from around about 8 p.m, although you can generally, on the Mondays and the Thursdays, it will generally be at night. On the Saturdays, sometimes it could be through the day, sometimes it could be through the night, but we're going to be streaming a variety of games, from new releases. Sometimes we're playing multiplayer games, sometimes we might do retro games, or just generally whatever we feel like doing. We play a lot of Overwatch over on that channel, and we also play a lot of new releases, but we have a lot of fun. There's a lot of back and forth in the chat, and if you feel like you want to jump in, you want to join in on the chat, like I said, Monday night, Thursday night, Saturday, probably mostly nights as well. But come check us out. Come join in the chat. Come talk to us while we play these games. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of good back and forth between the community. So that's what Words About Games is going to look like going forward. Starting from next week, you're going to get the Games Cast on Monday, you're going to get an Indie Game of the Week on Wednesday, you're going to get a Patch Notes video on Friday, and you're probably going to get a bunch of impressions videos of newly released games, because there's a few games coming out next week. And that's how it's going to look every week going forward. We'll probably still take a Christmas break, So the 2 weeks at Christmas and New Year, just to refresh and recharge our batteries while there's nothing really going on and we're deliberating on our Game of the Year stuff. And then, but in January we'll start up with Game of the Year, and then we'll continue, hit the ground running, business as usual. But there's plenty of time with it. Before that, I don't even know why I'm telling you about it. That's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Again, this one was all focused on content. There will be a second video that's gone out, more about my personal stuff and some personal changes for me personally, I guess. If you could check that out as well, that would be fantastic. But all I'm going to say for now is thank you for watching. Have a great day.